dancing for a minute till we finish. And we go back and forth with gushing words like it's tennis. Cause I'm a green bean, I be out here chasing spinach. And she said, I don't want your cars, I'd rather have your heart. You call me a wifey, baby, let me play the part. She hates when we're apart, she calls me up, we never leave. She's looking out for me. Hey.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to What Would Adults Do? I'm the creator, Porschat, and you all know this is my sister,
Victory.
So the plan was to do a Q&A, and it's kind of hard to do when you have no Q's
And a bunch of A's.
So what we're gonna do is do an adult tag. So I'm gonna ask them. We're both gonna answer, and see where it goes. So the first question is, what's your dream job? You can go first.
My dream job is working for a corporation. Doing advertisement for someplace already established. Probably Target if I could. If I could work like for Target in their advertising, I would love it. Because I would travel everywhere just to advertise for Target. That is my dream job.
My dream job would be working with families and children that have special needs. So helping diagnose them, helping create a treatment plan, things of that nature. Second question is, if you could go anywhere in the world today, where would it be and why?
I would go to Hawaii. My reasoning for going there is because here lately I've been seeing a lot of Samoans on social media, and I'm like, yes,
before you said it.
Yes. So yeah, I want to go to Hawaii tomorrow.
Well, Hawaii's typically my first answer, but if I could go to Italy, I've been saying I want to
That
go
would
to
be my
Italy.
second choice.
I want to go to Italy. I think I was supposed to be Italian, but something happened.
We like pasta.
Something happened and it didn't work out. And so, yes. So either Italy, if I can't go to Italy, I'd go to Hawaii. 3 things you love.
3 things that I love. First thing I love is sleeping. Second thing I like doing is actually working. And I like having a job and working and getting out of the house and staying busy. Third thing I love is dancing. I will dance to anything. Radio music, having me hold on the phone for a bill collector. I love dancing. Doesn't matter. I love it.
3 things I love. That was 11, like. 3 things I love. My family. Lazy Saturdays.
Painting. Drawing.
Yeah. That's it. That's included on the Lazy Saturday. Pasta. Sorry. 3 things I love. Pasta. Lazy Saturdays, pasta, and my family. What are 3 things you hate?
I hate snow.
Mm-hmm.
Not the person,
Not
but
the
actual.
guy?
Not the guy, but
That's
actual like snow. I hate it. Second thing I hate is when people chew with their mouth open. Mm-hmm. Third thing I hate, roller coasters. I hate roller coasters. Oh, just looking at them makes me queasy.
3 things I hate. Having to repeat myself to someone who does not have a disability.
Yeah.
So I work with people who have special needs. Repeating myself, that's not a problem. I know that's necessary. But to people who don't have disabilities, that means you weren't listening. Exactly. You have no excuse. Means you weren't listening. Which is a pet peeve. So that's one. I hate the sound of metal against anything. Mm-hmm. So like biting your fork, scraping your fork against anything. Like I had braces for 11,000 years. And imagine me going to the orthodontist. I hate the sound of metal against anything. And then I hate, what's the third thing? People who like cannot be honest.
The third thing that she hates is feet.
Well, that's true.
She hates feet. Don't touch hers. And don't put yours on her. She hates it.
That's
so
true.
imagine her getting her feet done.
It
Had to, you know, warm up to that.
It's a process. It's a process. That was kind of 4, but whatever. What is your relationship status? Single as a dollar bill.
I'm single.
Okay.
Single. And it's not complicated.
I hate that. I don't even know why that's
In
I
a
don't know that's an
relationship, it just says complicated.
I don't understand why it's even an option.
Cause
It's real simple.
You know,
We ain't got nothing.
it can be complicated. It can be complicated. Like if someone has been in a relationship for a long time and then they don't know if they're getting out of the relationship per se, and then it's really complicated.
Here, it's real simple. We out.
We
We out.
But sometimes they'll have kids involved, so they're like, it's complicated. Now for us, it wouldn't be complicated. Either we in it or we out.
It's real simple. What are 3 things you look for in a guy?
3 things that I look for in a guy. First, do you go to church? And do you actually have a relationship with God? It's not just I play the drums at church or anything like that. The second thing is, are you working? Do you have a job? And the third thing that I look for in a guy, the way he carries himself. Do you carry yourself as a man, not as a little boy? Those are 3 things that I look for. Are you in church and actually in a relationship with God? Are you working? And how do you carry yourself? Like, did I take you out and not be embarrassed?
There you go. That's the first thing. Because honestly, that's one of my things. Can I take you out and not be embarrassed? Because when I introduce you to my family, I don't babysit you.
Yeah.
So honestly, I shove you into the room with my parents,
Don't know.
my family.
We
and I'm
don't
like,
warm you up. My mom's gonna nope. Go ahead in there.
because I could try to warm you up, but my family asks very blunt questions. So any type of warm up that I would try to give you would not even compare to what my family's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So can I take you out and not be embarrassed? Are you working? Do you have goals? Like, can you see past the right now? And actually have a plan. And the relationship with God. Do you actually are you in an active relationship, or is it complicated?
I feel like you just said the same 3 things I said.
Listen.
What did you say?
Listen. Even though we said the same thing, those manifest differently for each of us.
Yeah. Next question.
Y'all can rewind it and figure out what I said. Y'all can, whatever. Anyway, what are 3 things you don't want to see in a guy? I'm going to go first so you don't get confused and think I took your stuff.
All right.
I'm going to say what you said earlier. What I don't want to see in a guy, a guy that likes to argue. I don't like that. One, because I say stuff that, how do I put this without sounding like a jerk? I say stuff, and I need you to understand that I'm not trying to argue with you, but
You want to get your point across.
I want to get my point across, but I need you not to think that that's me trying to engage you in an argument. Like, I need you to be able to understand that I'm saying something that you may not agree with, and just, I don't agree with it. And that be the end of it. And not try to change my mind. That's what I mean by a guy who likes to argue. I don't want that. I don't want to see in a guy someone who doesn't believe hygiene is a must. Like, if I'm looking at your mouth and I'm wanting to punch you in it because it looks bad, like, I'll do anything to get you to stop talking. I can't do that. And then a messy relationship history. I can't. Well, she's mad because if we're starting with excuses as to why your ex is going to be upset with me for even being around, we've already failed. Those are 3 things.
One of my things that I don't. What was the question? What was I don't want what?
3 things you don't want to see in a guy.
Don't want to see in a guy. I don't want to see that your mom crosses the line when it comes to relationships. So I meet her or something, and she's like, oh, so trying to bring up something that me and you have talked about on an intimate level. She needs to know her place. I don't like mama's voice. That's what I'm not looking for. Second thing that I don't want, or I'm looking not to have in a guy, kind of goes with what I like. If he feels like he doesn't have to work, if he feels like he doesn't need a 9-to-5 or some type of job that you won't go to jail for,
Right.
I don't want it. You can get your money, but you just can't get me. The third thing, I think I'm gonna have to take yours and say the hygiene thing. I see things and I smell, like my sense of smell is so strong. So if your body isn't where it's supposed to be,
if your body's meeting me before you are,
your breath ain't there. Like I notice like small things, like if your tongue is constantly white and not pink, I seriously get sick.
if your nails look like you.
Oh. You ever see those memes where it's like, if your nails look like this, don't touch me? I can't. So like the small things, I pay attention to detail, and nope, I can't.
Okay. How would you say your relationship is with your parents?
My relationship with my parents, it's good. My mom is like a good friend of mine. She's busy now, so we don't talk as much as we used to, or as much as I would like. My dad is my best friend. That's my little boy. Talk to him about everything. Like sometimes I say stuff to him as a female, not like off the wall, but you know, guys cringe at like any personal information and stuff like that. My dad, he's not gonna cringe to my face, but he'll talk to me about it.
It'll be once he gets away from her and he's talking to everybody else, he'll be like, I was just like, oh God.
But he'll just embrace me in conversation. He embraces my just off the wall just mindset. But we have a really good relationship. My dad, I love the fact that it could be midnight, and if he's awake and I'm like, Dad, I'm hungry, let's go out to eat, he'd be like, all right, let's go. I'm like, hurry up. He's like, I'm gonna put my shoes on. But if I say that to my mom,
She's like, girl, if you don't go to bed,
he'll get out of my face.
there's some crackers in there.
Make me something to eat. That's what will happen.
I'm hungry, what we eating?
Right. So
okay. I would say very similar. I think we've got a good set of parents. I don't think we could have better parents. Like, of course they get on nerves sometimes. That's just because that's what just sometimes.
Sometimes.
That's just what parents do. But I feel like they are very consistent, very stable, very loving, very caring. I think without them, we would be very different people.
yes.
Either one of them. Yes. And our dad, he's our stepdad, but he's been in our lives since we were
5
and 8,
Yeah, I was 5 when they got married, about to turn 6.
and I was 8. So he's been in our life for a really long time, and he's been fantastic.
In case you don't know, that's almost 17 years, because you may not know how old we are.
I'm 24.
22.
So, how's your relationship with God? I think because our parents are our pastors, they've helped guide us to what a good relationship looks like. We've had great examples of what a relationship with God is, and not just a verbal, like, yo, I know who Jesus is,
yeah.
But, you know, all that other stuff is not important. I think our relationship with God has, I think mine has changed, and it's continuing to change. I think it's ever evolving.
My relationship with God, it's growing right now. I'm getting to know him better at this point, and getting to know myself better through him. So we're headed in the right direction. It's a good relationship. He's pretty cool.
I think so. Do you believe in fate?
Ooh. And
I feel like fate is one of those everything happens for a reason type things.
and I don't believe that.
I do.
I don't believe that everything happens for a reason. And people are like, that is so wrong. Everything I don't think so. I think some things just happen. Give
an example.
Just happened. So with my job, okay, I work with elderly people, talk to randoms all the time, and they'll tell me like life stories and stuff like that. I don't feel like them telling me that life story, there's some reasoning behind this, like it's going to transform my life in like 5 years from now or tomorrow, or it's going to, like, okay, that happened, all right, now what? But I feel like some people feel like, oh, that happened, so this must mean that I'm supposed to do this, and then I'm supposed to go. No, it just happened.
I think there's a difference between fate and believing that, like, and like acting on everything that happens.
But I feel like people that believe in fate feel like if it has a residue to it, then there's something behind this.
I feel like I believe in fate because I'm about to sound real churched.
Right.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like God is in control. So in order for, I've experienced in my work, in my careers, that everything happens for a reason. So there was a guy, Mr. Jackson. He set me up to work at this summer camp. The summer camp, the first day I met this child. Worked with him for 3 years at the summer camp. It was only six weeks. From that, I started working. The mother from the camp wanted me to start working with her kid independently. From there, I worked with this company for 2 years working with that kid. If Mr. Jackson never would have gave me that job, I never would have worked with him. I never would have learned. That's what I wanted to do. I never would have picked a college degree or a major.
Right. But I mean, that is for you. If I was to go based off my jobs, like, there is no fate. If you looked at my resume, you would be like, is she going into food? Is she going into warehouse? Is she going into retail? Like, what is she doing? There's no real fate behind it. I feel like it was just an experience. I don't feel like I needed to take something from it. Yeah, I've met people from my jobs, but none of them have really, like, led me to something else. None of them have led me to the job that I want or the degree that I want. I don't know how I even got to the point of
you were working in food and retail. You realized you wanted to go higher. Look, that's how I feel like.
Pulling. Just
I feel like that's how
pulling random stuff.
That's fine. Next question. So that's fate. Okay, what's it like being a PK? We talked about this before we started recording.
It's like being the daughter of a president, but without security or
Money.
What's her name?
Malia
and Sasha. So they had a video of her dancing, and they said she was smoking weed, and people are just like just talking so much stuff about her, and she's just horrible. How could her parents let this happen? Blah blah blah. It's the same way being a PK. If there's a video to come out of me dancing or something and me smoking, oh my lord, it may not go viral on like Facebook, but in the church community, it's went viral. They will talk about it, judge my parents off of what they've done, and it's a struggle. But besides that, even though there's a spotlight on us, it still brings a lot of people around us as well. So I mean, it's a nice life. I meet a lot of people. To find another PK is like finding gold at the end of a rainbow. It's like, oh my god,
you do this too?
You know? Oh my goodness, tell me more. So it's a lot, but
yeah, I think it has its pros and its cons.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, the pros outweigh the cons. There's cons.
Some days the pros outweigh the cons.
But seeing how our parents and their ministry help people, that makes the cons not that big a deal. Yeah. Like, all right, cool. If you had a choice, would you stay a PK? Like, if for whatever reason, you could change and be like, all right, well, yesterday was the last day being PK. Would you do that?
Yeah. I would not, by choice. No, I would not be a PK. And I feel like Sasha and Malia, if they had a choice to be the president's like daughters, I feel like they'd probably be like, no. Like, this was nice. I feel like they're about to have so much fun come January. Like,
bad.
What? We out of here. But nope.
I think I still look at the pros.
Yeah.
I also look at the pros of that. If our people decided, nah, yesterday was the last day, I feel like the cons of that would make them be like, just kidding. We'll come back and we'll do it.
But, and with mine, me saying that I would not want to be a PK, not so much them leaving, but me leaving. So they can continue to do what they're doing.
You would just be somebody else's kid.
Yeah. I don't want them to stop.
Don't stop what you're doing.
I don't want you to stop what you're doing. I'm just going to step away.
I get it.
Literally, like that Simpson meme where he fades into the tree. Like that would be me. Like, I don't want them to stop what they're doing. It would just be me that would walk away.
Okay. Do you want to be a P? Do you want to be a P? Do you want to be a preacher, a pastor when you grow up? No.
Nope.
That's not my calling. I can tell you that right now.
I don't know. As of now, I can reach people other ways. It doesn't have to be in a pulpit.
I'm not. That's not something I'm like, yeah,
let's go.
I'd love to do that. No, please don't make me. Okay. Switching gears. What is something you really, really, really want? I really, really, really want a stable career. That's what I really want.
All right.
Talk about it every day. Every single day. So I really want.
What is something that I really, really, really want?
What do you think? I'm going to elaborate. Or do you got it?
I got it. Something that I really, 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 really want is a college degree. That's something I
thought
really
you were going
want.
to say a dog.
I really want a dog too. But being realistic and seeing how I live with my parents, a college degree may get here faster than a dog. I won't get kicked out the house for a college degree. I'll get kicked out the house for a dog. So
this is true.
I really, really, really want a college degree.
These things are obtainable. A college degree, absolutely, you can get that done. It's not a problem.
Right. A stable job, you can get that done. You just have to wait it out. Like, with your degree, like, there is no, I'm here, put in a job, give me $50,000, $70,000 a year. You don't, People be there for some time.
Portia ain't got time. My bills is talking about, hello, sister.
Portia.
Hello.
Portia got time.
It's coming. Slowly but surely. I think you got stuck somewhere. It's coming. What do you fear most in life? I used to fear making a mistake. I used to think that, oh God, if you make a mistake, because I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like, I'm going to deter my life. Deter?
I know what you mean.
Set my life in a different path than it's supposed to go if I make a mistake. And actually, you did a Bible study at church that was talking about making mistakes and how basically life is like, now I may be saying wrong, and that may be why I don't fear it no more, because I didn't change it to what I want. But how life is like an experiment, and just because it didn't work does not mean that, okay, you flunked, you messed up. Like, okay, well, that didn't work. Now let's try something else.
Yeah.
That has helped me make choices and be okay with, like, all right, well, if that doesn't work, the world is not going to blow up.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's what I used to fear, making a mistake.
I think kind of the same. Mine was failure. Like, it's the end. There is no other choice. You failed. Sorry, you're here. But knowing that life it's like a science project that you did in elementary school. You always had so many different things that you wanted to do, and seeing the outcome of it, you had to get there through different things. So I didn't fail. That was just That was just one of the questions. I just didn't do good on that one. Maybe the next one I'll do a little bit better on. But yeah, failure.
What is the most important lesson that you have learned? Is learned a word?
Learned.
Well, when I got it off the internet, it said learned, and I thought
learned don't sound right. Learned sounds like a Kentucky thing.
It does. It sounds like who didn't learn you how to speak?
Oh Jesus!
How to spoke?
Huh.
Yeah.
Anyways, something important that I've learned.
The most important lesson you have learned.
That forgiveness is better for you than the other person. It's like sometimes people think if I hold this in and I let them know that I have forgiven them, that it's doing something to them, but it really hurts you. So forgiveness is better for yourself. It makes you feel better, even if the situation hasn't changed.
Yeah. My most important lesson I learned my freshman year of high school. And that was, if I am woman enough to say it one time, I need to be woman enough to say it again. I almost got beat up because I decided to make fun of this girl thinking that she wasn't going to hear me. And somebody was listening and told her. And when I say if I could have swallowed my whole body and disappeared, I would have. But that's what I had done all through middle school. I used to make fun of people all the time. I wasn't a bully because nobody could hear me. Does that count? No? Maybe I was. Anyway, I'm not anymore.
I don't bully people anymore.
I don't bully people anymore.
I've been delivered.
Hallelujah. But I used to do that in middle school, so I thought it was fine in high school. And then my mom was no help when I told her the girl wanted to beat me up. I was like, she's a senior. She could kill me. Mom was like, well, you shouldn't have said it. If you was woman enough to say it the first time, you're going to be woman enough to say it again. And I was like, she'll kill me if I say it again. She's like, well, mind your words. And if you don't want to be beat up or threatened or, talked about, if you're not going to say it twice, don't say it the first time. And I've lived by that. So if I said something about you, best believe
she'll say it again.
I don't think that's what she meant.
I think it is.
Anyway, what advice would you give to teens about adulthood?
Don't rush. There's no reason to rush. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Try another path. I just feel like we rush and we think that we need to get somewhere, but it's like, where are we going? We speed in the wrong direction and we just have our car in park, but we're pressing on the gas. So don't rush. Don't rush school. Don't rush being in a relationship. Don't rush anything. Literally, take your time because that's all we have. And it would suck if you were to try to rush and do everything and you didn't live in the moment and you missed so much. So you don't know if tomorrow's promised, so live in the moment.
I would say try everything. It wasn't until the end of high school when I was filling out my college applications and they're like, what degrees have you gotten? Or not degrees, what organizations have you been a part of? And I was like, I worked. And then when I went to fill out my application for grad school, they were like, what organizations were you a part of? I worked. So how many things do y'all count that as? Like, I wish I would have tried everything, been a part of everything, experienced a whole lot more. Because work experience is good. It has helped me get jobs. Work experience, yes. Work experience help me get jobs.
And
it's helped me meet people, help me network and all that other stuff. However, outside of a business standpoint, like experience in different organizations would have helped me network with people in different social groups. What is your recipe for happiness?
My recipe for happiness. You add in some food, a good movie, and one thing, like food in a movie could be in the house, but you need one thing outside of the house. So getting a massage, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, shopping. So something in the house, something outside of the house, That's a good recipe of happiness.
Mine would be being true to me. So I can be out with other people and it's to make them happy or to, help them. But if I am unhappy in that situation and I'm not honest about that, it doesn't matter what we're doing. Like we could be out shopping. If I won't be here and I ain't told y'all I won't be here, I'm going to be miserable.
Trust me, I know.
So my recipe for happiness is being true to me, being honest and being like, hey, I really want to do X, Y, and Z, or I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. And then sticking with it. What is the biggest mistake you've made as an adult? Like within reason. Don't tell me that you've done drugs in Miami or something like
that. Biggest mistake as an adult, if you can consider me that. Not staying focused. I think that honestly has been like a huge mistake of mine of letting myself drift off and not staying focused in the things that I should have stayed in. I wasn't like I was focused in school, but not really. And I messed up, so I've been off school for a year. So that definitely was a huge mistake, especially when I see my friends about to graduate in December and May, and I'm like, I'm going back to school, guys. But definitely not staying focused when I know I can do that.
I would say that mine is not speaking up soon enough. Like I'm not gonna say the patience of Job, but like I used to pray for patience as a kid, not knowing that when you pray for stuff like that, like
you get tested.
You get that test. And so like when it came down to school, I didn't speak up and say that I was struggling in my classes. And so that has hurt me, or that hurt my GPA, because I thought, well, no, I'll figure it out, and I didn't. And I've stayed in situations where I was unhappy and I wasn't true to myself, and it pushes me further back. It does not help me to be silent. So my mistake was just not speaking up when I should have. I've learned from that mistake.
Won't do it again?
Trust me, I'll let you know immediately. Nope, no, I can't, I won't. That
was it.
That was it. We only have one more. What do you think the best thing about being a blogger is, or a vlogger is?
I'm not one, but something that I have noticed because I watch a lot of stuff, is you can connect with a lot of people. You can, like, I've seen people like say stuff like, oh, I love Hawaiian bread. And then that company will send them a ton of stuff. Like
they get sponsored by Hawaiian bread. Like, what?
You get sponsored by people. Let me.
Y'all got time for me to tell you what I love?
Bro, I will tell you everything that I love. I love Target. Everything about Target, I love them. People need to shop there. Download the app Cartwheel. You'll get discounts on everything in the store. Sign up for a Target card. Like, when I say I love that they can literally put places on and then don't get put onto that place, like, I may have to start me a channel.
Let me tell you all the things I love. The best thing to me about being a vlogger or a blogger, did I say blogger or blogger? Vlogger or blogger, is being able to like voice my opinion, and then knowing that people are actually watching. So like I can see who watches my stuff, but to be minding my business and somebody says, are you doing a video? Because I'm taking selfies. Are you doing a video? I saw what you did and I thought that was amazing. Like my best friend in Cincinnati, he has a channel. I'll put his link in the description box. He has a channel. He was like, listen, people keep coming up to me telling me that they watch my videos. And I'm like, why? I said, I think the same exact thing. Like, why are you doing that? Stop. Don't watch. Like, no, I want you to watch. But it's one thing for me to sit here and look at the camera and just run my mouth like we have been for the past 38 minutes. And be like, all right, well, it's going on the internet. It's a sick. Like on Facebook, I only know that 40 some odd people like my pictures. But to be walking through and someone's like, hey, I see your video.
What?
Huh? You didn't scroll past it? You watched the whole thing, huh? Like I like, it makes me want to do it more, to know that people are watching what I'm saying. And getting something from it. Yeah. You want to ask any more questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead.
We both can answer it. It's literally just directed to you. How does it feel being the oldest child of 4 siblings?
Is it 4? I have 4 other siblings.
Yeah.
I think it's pressure. Like, that's probably one of the reasons why I was afraid to make mistakes. Like, I understand it now, but I didn't understand. I was like, it's just a mistake. But, like, there's 4 other people watching me, and, like, they'll say that I'm the sneaky one, because if I'm going to make a mistake, you're not going to find out about it unless I decide to tell you. Because if it's that big of a mistake, I don't want you to know about it anyway.
Jesus.
But I think it's pressure. I've gotten over it, and I try to not use the fear of me making mistakes to, like, keep you all from making mistakes, but, like, to let you all know that you all can make mistakes too. Although I'm like, it's okay, you don't have to do that either, or that. No, it's okay, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Like, that's what I want to do. It's okay, you don't have to. No.
And see, I'm not.
Like, you're the oldest of 3 then.
I'm the oldest of 3, but I'm not trying to not make mistakes to keep them from making mistakes. I'm like, let me make this mistake so that you don't have to. That's why I'm like, I hope she gets married before me so that I can learn from it. I like to learn from other people. Don't put me in that fire. How's it feel? like I want you. I like to.
But me as a person, I'm like, I look like fire.
But it's like as an older sibling, I like having wisdom and being able to tell you, like, no, like, for real, listen to me. Don't do that. Like, there's other options. But for you to be quiet and act like you ain't never went through it, and you let me walk through it and be like, hey, bruh, I should have told you, but I'm now going to be frustrated with you because you had the key to get me from doing that.
Listen, so if you walking towards it, I'm like, hey, don't do that. Hey, where you going?
But I want you, but you gotta explain to me. You can't just be like, no, because then I'm be like, oh yeah, I'm really about to go do it.
That's her as a person. Don't just tell me.
Don't just tell me no.
Give me X, Y, and Z, or Y. Can't.
Not even X, Y, and Z, but just be like, from experience, I kind of did that and it wasn't good. But for you to just be like, no,
she won't take just from experience. She'll be like, what experience? Explain to me. Hold on, let's get the
word.
Experience.
Ooh,
story time. What? Where? I'll tell them I wait.
Where?
No, see.
But I mean,
like I said, if I feel like if it's that big of a mistake, I'm not gonna tell nobody because it was a mistake.
I want to know. Tell me so I ain't gotta do it. Just let me know. But as an older sibling, I feel like we gotta do that for them.
Don't do it.
Because these idiots are siblings. They'll run for it. They'll sprint. And I will be the one to trip them and be like, hey, I tripped you because I did this and nobody tripped me. They just let me run straight for it.
This is what I'll do. As an older sibling, I'll just snitch on you.
And that will get you cut off. I won't do that to y'all.
It's not a snitch on you and you don't know who snitched on you.
She'll snitch on you and be like, I said it, which will still make you want to cut her off.
It's for your own good. I told your mama.
Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the simple fact,
the thing, it's not like you do it one time and I'm like, ooh, I'm like, hey, yo, don't. That's not smart. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh,
one time you went to mom.
That's not true.
There's been plenty of times where it's been just one time before to be like, oh, I'm telling. Or no, she doesn't tell me that she's telling. My mom will walk up and be like, so big.
She lies.
She's like, Mom, how do you know this? Of course she told me. It was so good I had to look at her and be like,
if it's major, I'm not saying anything.
Ew. All right, go ahead. You got any questions?
I can't.
You got any questions?
No, I ain't got no questions. It's 43 minutes in. Some of these questions might have gotten chopped just because we are getting 43 minutes in. That was the adult tag. I'll put the link to our social media in the description box. Do you want your social media?
It can be on there. Follow me.
Again, if you want to check out my blog, the title is What Would Adults Do? Said it right? And like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment. You guys don't do those things.
You should probably do that. And if you have any other questions for us, you can now ask them, and we'll do another video or something. Follow us.
Love you guys.